Welcome to Live Music Showcase. Do you hear the people sing, singing the songs of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drum, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Welcome to Live Music Showcase. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We are here in studio today with Doug South. How you doing, dude?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you've got plenty you could complain about, too.
But who cares?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Doug is an incredible musician, incredible guitarist, great songwriter, great singer, and he's here for the next hour to share some music with us, which we're going to jump into right now. What's your first song?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start out with this song's called St. Pete Girl. I just put this out a couple weeks ago, and I figured I might as well start with it, you know? So
Take it away.
we'll see if I don't screw this intro lick up. All right, we're good. St. Pete Girl, sidewalk, side sipping, I keep on getting better than go in my life. Getting lost in the city lights, know my future's burning bright. One night I saw her face, I'm more than double take, and right before my eyes, I knew right then she got the best of me. She is the queen of my night. Say, be girl, all on my mind. Say, be girl, take all my time. I'm a landing, she's my water. Can't let this well run dry. Say, be girl, take my hand until I die. She's the star of my movie. She's so influencing the way she looks at me. It feels so amusing. Her touch is soothing. The love that I can say. I can say, be girl, all on my mind. Say, be girl, take all my time. I'm a land and she's my water. Can't let this well run dry. Say, be girl, take my hand until I die. Say, be girl, all on my mind. Say, be girl, take all my time. I'm a land and she's my water. Can't let this world run dry. Say, be girl, take my hand until I die. Take my hand until I die. Take my hand until I die. Take my hand until I die.
Ooh, that's some good licking right there.
Hey.
Doug South here on Live Music Showcase. Tell me about the St. Pete Girl.
Oh, man. Honestly, it wasn't, I don't know. It's like, me and my buddy were just kind of like messing around with something. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to write this song about a girl or
Right.
something. It was just like, we just kind of like started screwing around, like coming up with an idea. Shout out to Curtis Live. He's out there. He might be
Nice.
listening. But, I feel like, sometimes people ask songwriters, they're like, oh, like, who'd you write that about? And I'm like, dude, do you think Quentin Tarantino, like, did all that stuff in the movies? Like, it's just like you're writing a story. You're writing, you're not saying you're always, sorry. But you're not always writing about like something that happened to you. It might just be, you know, random idea.
Some of the best songs written are not the songs you write about someone you know. They're about the one you haven't met yet.
Dude, I've also like noticed, somebody told me this one time, you write your future.
You write your future.
And it's a little scary.
Man.
Yeah, I know. I wrote a hurricane song in like August. Not my best, not my best work, man.
Well, I mean, you went through it with the hurricanes too, like so many other Tampa and St. Petersburg people. Yeah.
I didn't, like, with 4 feet of water.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, no big deal.
My fridge, they remodeled my house. You know, my fridge was like on the other side of the house. You know?
Wow. Yeah. Well, at least it's watertight, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Good to know. You want to do some more music? What do you got next?
Yeah. All right. So, for your listening pleasure, probably should double check the tuning on
Always
this.
love it when a guitarist checks their tuning on this show.
Right. Yeah. Freshly set up by St. Pete Guitars.
Love that. Love that.
All right. So, this one is one I actually wrote a few years ago. It's called Whiskey Talkin', but I've kind of reworked it a little bit, changed the key, and we're gonna see how it does. Holding on to me, keep on falling. You keep your troubled mind from stalling. Am I just your escape? Or is this just our fate? 'Cause it seems like that's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me. That's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me. Telling me you're broken hearted after all those shots that you bought in. I can feel you drowning by the way you're sounding, and it seems like that's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me. That's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me. That's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me. That's just the whiskey talking. Forget me about the morning. It's alright, it don't matter to me.
That's just the whiskey talking. Doug South here on Live Music Showcase. Man, your guitar playing, as always, is cause for pause, and in the best positive way.
Pause.
Yeah, you like
Positive.
that? You like that? Don't call attention to it, Doug. It's always better if you don't call attention to it. What
Can't get one on me.
What makes you what's brought you to the point in your guitar prowess? Because you've been playing in the Tampa Bay area since you were a youngin'.
Oh yeah.
You've been playing in bars since long before you were old enough to be in those bars.
Yeah.
I mean, you were kind of like the prodigal son for a while there. You still kind of are in plenty of circles. What made you get so good so fast?
I wouldn't say it's fast, man. I think it's just I didn't do anything else. Before I was going to community college, like for business and stuff, and like I basically was just keeping up enough grades just to kind of like stay in, and then I would go to open mic nights and open jam nights. There used to be like so many blues jams over here. There's a blues jam like every night of the week. There's still a decent amount going on, but like, you know, almost 10 years ago, there was just so many of them. So I would just go there and get yelled at by old blues guys, you know, all the time, and that really helped out. And I would go see like players like Matt Walker and stuff. I would just stalk them, you know, and just like see what they're doing, and, you know, harass them for like tips and stuff, and just like being around it, and just, you know, also just falling on your face like 1,000 times.
Yeah, there's no better way to practice hitting the target, so to speak, than to miss it.
Oh yeah, it's just
over and over.
Yeah, dude. It's a. There's no like. I mean, maybe some people are more inclined than others, but like for the most part, there's just nothing that replaces just time, and like, and also you kind of almost have to be like a little bit mentally ill. I feel like to like be so obsessed with something.
You gotta be a little bit psycho.
You gotta be a little bit weird, man.
Yeah, I hear
Sorry,
that for sure. That's all right. All right, so let's get into some more music. What else you got?
All right, so this one's called Carolina Skiff. Coming down the cut on a Carolina skiff, running out of time. It's getting kinda late, bought a hiding ship, but she was running fine. The sky was pink as he passed the deck, could find his way blindfolded, blowing the smoke till he saw his ghost, pushed it in full throttle. No, he ain't gonna capsize, he's gonna make it to neon lights. He's coming back to shore. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He tied it up, oars down, using holy water. At the dock, well, he fell in love, and that is a fisherman's daughter. He walked inside, and she was holding him up with a smile of relief. Day after day, she prays about he makes it back in just one piece. No, he ain't gonna capsize, he's gonna make it to neon lights. He's coming back to shore. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. Dark, casting a light. She's out on the dock, drowning in her wine. She'll never know it would be the very last time, the very last time. tide. No, he ain't gonna capsize. He's gonna make it to the neon lights. He's coming back to shore. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodnight. He's gonna kiss the salt water goodbye.
Doug South here on Live Music Showcase. You know, the last time you were on the show, you brought your whole band, and that was cool. I love it. I love the band. But I'm really enjoying this kind of like intimate acoustic, you know, representation of your music too.
I feel like it's the most like one of the most raw ways to like you know, showcase a song, you know, like present a song, you know. And I like it too. I was like, when you brought that up, I'm like, you know what, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, the coolest thing about it to me is that, you know, the best songs, they can be stripped down to their bare bones and still be solid.
Or in any genre.
In any genre, yeah.
Like country roads, reggae. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
I
Like,
have.
I forgot who did that, but there's a reggae country roads. I'm like, dude, it's a good song, man. You can just do it in polka.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, there's a great the entire album is Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh yeah.
Pink Floyd, but the whole thing is reggae. And it's like,
oh,
this really makes sense actually.
Actually I've definitely done Breathe. I've done that in like a reggae cover, like when somebody, cuz like somebody would request like Pink Floyd, and it's just like, all right, we got to figure out a way to make people not fall asleep and play this, you know. So like, you know, sometimes I'll like, you know, do like a Pink Floyd song with like a reggae feel or like a bluegrass feel or something, just to get like, because otherwise, you know, people are like, if they're not on like, you know, certain things,
certain level,
if they're not on a certain level, you know, they're just, the slow music ain't gonna do it for them. So
yeah. That's true. And you know, it's it's kind of funny how that works, you know. When you're out there and you're playing, you know, music for an audience, that you'll sometimes kind of split your audience into the people that are like, ooh, this is new and different, I've never heard, you know, this version of this song before, versus, you know, the purists who are like, humdrum, how dare you change my, you know, favorite band's music. And at the end of the day,
the humdrum people are probably not buying drinks and putting money in your bucket, though.
Yeah, they're the guitarists that are, you know, in the back, sitting back with your arms folded, watching you play those licks and be like, oh, you missed a note. No, you didn't miss that note. You just played it creatively.
I probably did. Yeah.
So what do you got next for us?
All right. So I'm starting to get into a batch now of songs I co-wrote with my buddy Ernie Nichols. He's over in Nashville. He's awesome. He actually like took me in and like really helped me out over there. When after like I got stormed out from the hurricane, I went over there for a couple months, and he like took me in and like we co-wrote some songs and stuff. So this next batch of songs are some stuff I wrote with him. This one's called "Take It to the Next Town," and it's you ever like wonder what happens, you know, like when you're playing a gig, you're playing a show, and you see that guy that's out of control, and he gets escorted out, and it's like, what happens next? Like, where does he go after that?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know, like, so it's just kind of about, you know, getting kicked out of bars left and right. It's called "Take It to the Next Town." My money's no good there. Can't pull me a bar chair. Wouldn't serve me if they did. I've been getting too impaired. The bartender told me 3 times I've run out of my 9 lives. Sometimes life just ain't fair. My money's no good there. Gotta take it to the next town, 'cause they don't want me around. They don't wanna watch me drown, and it's tired of seeing me breaking down. So I gotta take it to the next town. So I found me a new bar, even brought my old guitar. Then I started hitting it hard, took the keys to my car. Then I started seeing the stars, always taking it too damn far. That's gonna leave a scar, then from another bar. Gotta take it to the next town, 'cause they don't want me around. They don't wanna watch me drown, and it's hard to see me breaking down. So I gotta take it to the next town. night, waiting for my ride, and I've lost my place to hide, and leave it all inside. Gotta take it to the next town, 'cause they don't want me around. They don't wanna watch me drown, and they're tired of seeing me breaking down. So I'll take it to the next town. So I'll take it to the next town. So I'll take it to the next town.
Doug South here on Live Music Showcase, taking it to the next town. Tell me something. I mean, I know you've played. I mean, you probably lost track of how many shows you've played at this point.
My estimate now is just like slightly over 2,000.
2,000. That sounds about right. How? Give me an example of a time where you had an interaction with a patron or a concert goer that led to them, or then you later saw that person getting kicked out, because I'm sure you've seen that happen before.
Oh yeah, I mean, too many times to count. Like, you know, I mean, man, I've been like,
vent a little. Give me an example.
I don't know. I usually, honestly, I've gotten really good at like predicting. I'm like,
you can see him a mile away.
It's like that guy's going. Like it's gonna happen, and it's just like, and then, like, man, sometimes it's like not like necessarily like people I'm like really close with, but somebody that I kind of know that's like a little bit like, oh, he's off the rails tonight, and then like this is gonna be bad, and 45 minutes later, dragged out.
So tell me, what are some of those warning signs? What can other concert goers kind of like watch out for?
Man, I've noticed when people like go up to talk to you, they'll put their arm around you, and then they talk like literally are an inch away from your face. Which is like, I don't care who you are. Like, I don't want anybody that close to my face. Like when they're talking, and then like, you know. So I feel like that's the number one warning sign, when somebody's like, you know, and they're just like right in your face.
Yeah.
And you'll see that, and then, or they're just really loud, or just, you know, or they're, you know, yeah. Just, I think a personal space and like voice volume is like usually the telling signs.
Personal space and voice volume. I would totally agree with that assessment. I know at my gigs personally. Now this doesn't happen nearly as often as it used to, because I don't play the late night, you know, full band gigs like I used to. But back in those times, I mean, it was, you could see them a mile away. You could see them. They were usually the loudest one. They were usually jumping or trying to kind of be the biggest in the room, and it never ends well.
But man, here's the hard part though. What if the guy that's like acting like that is putting like $200 or $300 in your bucket, and then you gotta like, then you gotta like, you know, hey man, calm down so you can keep, so we can all have a good time, you know. But most of the time that's not the case. But it has happened a couple times where somebody's like acting outrageous, but they're really taking care of us. So we're like, okay, like we don't want you to leave, but just we're at a 9 right now. Let's bring it down to like a 6. You know.
Yep. And that's not a bad idea. I mean, sometimes you can kind of shepherd them back to a state of some level of lucidity.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time when they're gone, they're gone. All right. So if you're just joining us, Doug South is here in studio with us today. Doug's been going all over the country. He's in Nashville. He's in L.A. He's in New York. He's been doing all kinds of stuff. You were hanging out with Post Malone at one point in L.A. for a minute or two.
I met him and like briefly talked to him for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
He was really nice though.
Fair enough.
Nice.
I've heard he's a nice guy. That's very cool. I mean, where's your favorite place to write in the country so far that you've visited?
Topanga, California.
California.
Which, you know, like, you know, have them in your thoughts and prayers and stuff, because they're, you know, shout out to Cody Doss over there. He mixes and, you know, masters like not all the mastering, but definitely does all my mixing. And like we worked together for like 7 years, but he moved over to Topanga. Which is why I've been like going over there more. And then he introduced me to a few artists to play with and stuff. So that's kind of how I started going over there more. But yeah, they got a tough feat right now, man.
Yeah, definitely. And our hearts definitely go out to those affected by the fires in L.A. and L.A. County and all of the surrounding areas.
It's like heartbreaking, and it's like the most beautiful area. Like out of everywhere, I didn't really leave St. Pete and Tampa that much really until last year. Like I never really played outside the area, and I just started doing that in the last year. But I've gotten to see like a decent amount of places like Vegas, Colorado, New York, Nashville, Keys, and Topanga, California is like my favorite place I've ever been to. I just need a little bit more money.
Yeah, well, hey, I hear that. You just said you just started really traveling in the past year. Has it changed your writing process? Have you broadened your horizons, so to speak, and been like, I can do this, I can do that you didn't see before?
I think co-writing with my buddy Ernie is like really like helped me. Like he's like just I don't know, being more literal. I don't know, just being more specific, cutting out fat out of songs, and also just having a fresh ear or fresh eyes on a song. Like like a lot of the times I would like bring him a song or something. It's like, hey, we don't need, he changed. Like there's this one song, actually it was the Carolina Skiff. It like changed around a few words. We cut out a few words. I'm like, wow, this is so like this works a lot better, So I think having other people that you respect to bounce ideas off of and stuff, and then like that kind of helps a lot. And I think, just cutting out the fat is definitely important. But I don't really have like a process. It just kind of like songs just kind of happen. I don't really know how to say it.
Sure. Inspiration strikes, and just like that, you've got a new one.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right, so we've got a bunch of people commenting. They're dropping comments. They're in here. We've got and also Ernie's in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Posting. We've got Jack Sombrella in the comments. We've got Mailer Taylor. He actually has a question for you, and I'll get to it in just a minute. But that actually brings me to the next portion of the show, which is the AMA, Ask Musicians Anything segment, the part where you, the listener or the viewer, in the live stream case, which, by the way, we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, it is WMNF's Live Music Showcase. On YouTube, it's WMNF Community Radio. It's your chance to call in to the station right now with any questions or comments that you might have for Doug, for me, for Live Music Showcase, for WMNF, whatever you want to talk about. Ask the question. Our board op Charlie will take your questions. He'll send them over here to me, and at the end of the show, I'll share them with Doug. The best way to get all of those, to find out the answers to all of those questions, is to join the live stream, because sometimes we get really into the music and we just run up to the end of the radio broadcast, but the live stream ends when we say it ends. So the after the show antics, as I tend to call them, always happen in the live stream. So feel free to join us on the live streaming platform. If you are watching the live stream right now, hit the share button, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button on YouTube so that you get notifications about all of our live streams that happen once a week, every week on Fridays at 2 p.m. after the news headlines. If you're going to call for the AMA, the phone number is 813-239-9663. That number again is 813-239-9663. Or you can send us an email, dj@wmnf.org. And I'm looking forward to that. We always have a good time with all the questions and comments that people ask. We'll do a preview right now. We'll do Mailer's question real quick. He says, question for Doug, what tribute band would you want to be in? Parentheses, gotta dress, act, and be the band on stage. So I think what he's really asking is, what band would you most want to embody if you could embody in one band?
Well, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of a difference between like what tribute band I'd want to play in, like who would I want to embody. But like, I don't know. I think I'm just coming from like 17-year-old Doug, The Doors. Like I love their songs. Like I was like really obsessed with Jim Morrison. But you know what's funny though is I watched the movie, like the Val Kilmer movie, like 10 years. So 10 years ago, I was like, Jim Morrison's the coolest. I want to be like Jim Morrison. I watched it now. I'm like, wow, that guy's kind of not a nice guy.
Not a great guy. Yeah. Well, it's a
taste change,
double-edged sword, isn't it? The lifestyle of a kind of a megalomania artist, which he was.
This might surprise you, but you know who's really been like heavy on my mind lately, and it's and not like every aspect of him, but there's a lot of aspects of him that I've been like becoming obsessive with lately. Jimmy Buffett, right? Like I don't know, you probably wouldn't expect.
I hear you like nervous to even share that insight, but you know what? Jimmy Buffett was fantastic.
Dude,
Ask any of his fans.
The guy got shot at in his plane with Bono. Like, he's a gangster, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and like he just wrote a lot of great songs. Has so many songs out, and just has like an interesting story, and just like also too, I like that he did like country music and stuff like that. Had the pedal steel and all that stuff, but like was doing it from country music from more of like a beach bum perspective rather than like, you know, like let's just like I love like country music and stuff like that, and bluegrass, but I'm not exactly super country. I mean, I'm from the Southeast, but I'm not, you know, I don't embody the.
I mean, your last name is South. I mean,
I know. I just wouldn't like. I don't know if I started doing the whole like cowboy hat thing and boots thing. I just feel like I'd feel like pretty inauthentic. You know, is that a word?
Yeah, inauthentic is a word.
Fact check. Oh, we lost the fact checkers. Actually.
We lost them. Yeah. As they say in Nashville, them boots don't fit.
Yeah, no, they don't fit me, man. I honestly, if I had my way, I just wear board shorts and flip flops all the time.
Well, then the Jimmy Buffett thing makes sense, I guess. All right, so let's dive into some more music. We'll get to more questions at the end of the show. What's the next one?
All right, this one's called "This Last Sip." This last sip tastes like she'll be hearing from me. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Maybe we're just not meant to be, but she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. I should be going home, slip into my sheets all alone, but I've got a problem. Drunk dialing with my phone might not be the best time, but this I know. This last sip tastes like she'll be hearing from me. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Maybe we're just not meant to be, but she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. She may not be sleeping so long, but I've decided going forward that I wouldn't run back to her. Since then I've been drinking again. This last sip tastes like she'll be hearing from me. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Not meant to be, but she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Sip tastes like she'll be hearing from me. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Maybe we're just not meant to be, but she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3. Oh, she's on my mind and the bar's closing 3.
Doug South, master of the intro and outro lick in his songs. I love the licks, man. I'm not gonna lie. The intro and the outro. I'm curious to know, because it does have that very distinct. There's a twang to it, but it's not fully like country. There's blues in there, you know. And you said earlier in the show that you were kind of a blues hound. You'd go to all the open blues jams and hanging out with all the blues guys. Where do you? I'll say this as a guitarist. Where do you get the audacity to use those licks in your songs?
I don't know. Just like it just feels good. I don't know. You know,
it does.
It just feels good.
Absolutely, and that's it. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that, does it? Absolutely. All right. So, Doug, you've got a show coming up. It's one of the reasons you're in town right now, right? At Bayboro?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Tell me about it.
Well, we're opening up for Reverend Peyton and the Big Dan Band tonight. We start at 8. They get on at 9, and yeah, it's kind of like my first show in St. Pete that I'm really like gung-ho for ever since, all the craziness in the last 4 or 5 months. So I'm pretty excited. I got my buddy Andrew from New York flying. Actually, I'm picking him up as soon as this is done from the airport, and he's on pedal steel. I've been, pedal steel's been all the rage for me in the last like year and a half and stuff on my song. So I'm like really excited to have that involved with more of my shows and stuff, and we're getting down with it.
What about the pedal steel gets you fired up? What about it?
Oh man, I think it's like the redneck synth, man. It's like, hillbilly synth, and but it like it's just the harmony that you have access to on that. Like, I mean, some of the, like, if I wanted to play, man, you can play this kind of chord.
You can play that kind of chord. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm running out of fingers, so you can just do all these crazy voicings and stuff. And I think I like the voicings and being able to slide into the chords and stuff, and the different licks you get from it. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess, like, just grass is always greener, but I wish I would have played pedal steel now.
That's the Appalachian angelic sound of a pedal steel. I couldn't agree more with that. I mean, there really is something just absolutely captivating when a band goes silent on stage and the pedal steel rolls in, and suddenly you get this hit of dopamine. Everyone in the crowd does, and we're all kind of unified in that moment of, okay, this is the beginning of something special.
Oh yeah, when producing a song and stuff, like it's actually probably the next song I'm about to play.
Set it up.
The next song I'm about to play, when we're producing a track for it, this will be the next one I release, called More Than Sometimes. But like, I was like, we had the pedal steel coming in early. I'm like, you know what? Let's just wait till the end of this first chorus, and then when it comes in, you're just like, oh.
Love that. I love that. Well, take it away. And by the way, he's got a show at Bay Borough this evening, opening for the big, what is it, the Big Damn Band?
Yeah, Reverend Peyton and the Big.
Sorry, Reverend Peyton, of course. What was I thinking? I will post the link for that in the live stream in the comments, so you'll be able to have access to that if you're watching the live stream. So take it away.
Shots are wearing off as he wakes up in grief, trading more tomorrows for some poison and relief. Stepping out into the sun, its brightness shows the leaves. Reminds me of better times, leaving me in a grief. More than sometimes you're running through my mind. More than sometimes think of what we left behind. More than sometimes you're running through my mind, and I'm thinking all the time what we left behind. Are you gonna let it burn your forest full of trees? Are you gonna have it learn to set yourself free? Give yourself the green light to let yourself go. God don't give you a stop sign to try to save your soul. More than sometimes you're running through my mind. More than sometimes think of what we left behind. More than sometimes you're running through my mind, and I'm thinking all the time what we left behind. What we left behind. Shots are wearing off as he wakes up in grief, Trading more tomorrows for some poison and relief. Stepping out into the sun, its brightness shows the leaves. Reminds me of better times, leaving me to grieve. Oh, and sometimes you're running through my mind. Oh, and sometimes think of what we left behind. Oh, and sometimes you're running through my mind, and I'm thinking all the time. And I'm thinking all the time. And I'm thinking all the time. What we left behind. What we left behind. What we left behind. What we left behind.
Doug South here on Live Music Showcase. Let's jump into the next one. Let's jump right in.
All right.
What do you got for us next on the roster?
Let's see here.
On the docket, on the repertoire.
This one's called Learning Life.
Learning Life.
I'm not so good at that.
Doug South here on Live Music Showcase, Learning Life. What have you learned about life in the past year, Doug? Give me a life lesson.
I'm not the one to come to for advice right now.
Oh, I didn't say advice. So what have you learned?
Dude, I'll have to come back to me.
That's all right. That's all right.
On that one.
I will. I definitely will. So speaking of quick questions here, let's see. We do have a handful of questions here for the AMA. Actually, we mostly have comments, and this is the thing. A lot of people will call in just to say, the Viking guy from Brooksville says Doug is doing a jam-up job. He appreciates his music. I don't know who the Viking guy from Brooksville is, but I want to meet him. That sounds
that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Let's see. A comment here from Tom. This guy is hitting all the marks. Great voice, great guitar playing, singing, and songwriting. Thanks.
That means the world. Appreciate it.
There you go. And then in the live stream, we've got a couple others in there, but in the live stream, Jack and Mailer and Ernie have kind of dominated the questions in here. So I'll give them their moment in the sun here. Jack says, let's see. He says, what does Doug consider his genre or sound?
Ooh, I've been working on that for a little bit, kind of. I've abandoned the space twang.
Yeah. You've abandoned the space twang.
I think
that's
so.
what it was last time you and I spoke. Okay.
Man, this is kind of, and don't hold me to this, but
things can change. It's
things
okay.
Can change, but man, I'm thinking Gulf and Schwester.
Gulf and Schwester. I love it. That's fun. If you don't have a genre, you invent a genre. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Okay, let's see. Ernie says, what's your dream venue to play? That's a good one.
Oh, definitely the Sphere.
The Sphere.
Oh man, that's
in
the
Vegas.
most insane place I've ever seen in my life.
That's got.
If I don't have like a seizure or something, like man, that is the most insane.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did last year. We played like a pre-party at the casino across the street for Den & Co. And then we went to go see Den & Co. after, and that is the most insane display of like. I mean, I saw Roger Waters do the Wall concert, and that the production on that and the effects and everything on that were insane. That was like the best I've seen before the Sphere. But the Sphere, dude, if they did a Dark Side of the Moon show, if Gilmore and Waters could just get it together, go play Dark Side of the Moon at the Sphere, that would be nuts. Like, it's like this giant screen. It looks like it's like broad daylight in there at like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. It's insane. So
the headlines from that show would read 40,000 dead after faces were melted at the Sphere.
No survivors.
From Dark Side of the Moon. No survivors, and everyone left happy in a box, but that's fine. So where do you see your career going in 2025? I mean, it's January. It's the last day of January right now.
Yeah. Really, I can't tell you where I see my career going. I can just tell you what I'm gonna do, and then hopefully the response is good. But I basically have been last year I've been just like getting music together and like recording music and getting songs done, so that way this year I can put out a bunch of music. So I just put out the St. Pete Girl 2 weeks ago, More Than Sometimes, the one 2 songs ago. I'm putting that one out next, and basically I just want to put out songs, like a decent amount of songs this year, and like really kind of. Because I don't know, I like for a while I would put a song out and be like, I don't want to do that, and then like kind of go back to the scratching board or whatever. But now I'm like, nope, it's now or never. And so I got it like, so I'm just gonna try to put my 5 minutes. So we got one more song.
Yeah.
So basically just trying to put it out there the best I can and see if it see if people like it, see if it goes anywhere. And if it goes somewhere, great. If it doesn't go somewhere, back to the scratching board, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. There's such a funny thing in music where musicians, songwriters in particular, will sit on songs forever. I'm the most guilty of that. As a person who I haven't really written anything in a while, but back when I was writing a lot, I'd just sit on it. I'd be like, okay, that's a good song. And then I wouldn't do anything with it. And the reality is it's never going to have an effect, positive or negative, on your career and on the world around you if you don't just put it out there.
Oh yeah, and it's like, but you do want to have a plan.
Of course,
you do want to have a plan, especially if you're spending a lot of money on getting the song recorded and stuff. You want to have a plan. You don't want to waste that creativity, the money it takes to get it done and stuff. But there's just so much that goes into it that I didn't realize. I guess you said it. What's one thing you've learned in the last year? How much actually goes into being an artist?
There it is.
How much that actually goes into it, and like you think you have a clue, but like. It's absolutely insane. There's a reason why people have teams of like 20 to 50 people. It's absolutely insane. And that's why I'm like kind of crazy now because I'm like trying to handle all these little. It's like not like one big thing, but you're handling a million. It's like death by 1,000 cuts.
Spinning plates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. It's driving me crazy.
Keep them spinning.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do keep them spinning. I mean, we've got a few minutes left here, and before we end the show with your last song here, Jack had one more really good question. It's really poignant, really thought-provoking. Honestly, it's very deep. He said, "What's your favorite snacks?"
Oh man. The driest, thinnest beef jerky you can find. Like,
Really?
I don't want that oily gas station stuff.
Good catch.
Yeah,
Very good.
I want the driest, like thinnest slice. I want it to be like so hard to chew that my teeth are about to fall out. Kind of beef jerky.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wow, I love it. Okay. All right, so that's enough out of me. That's enough out of us. Before you take us away, credit where credit is due. This show requires an entire team of people working behind the scenes to make sure that it looks and sounds as good as it does. Sound mixer Mark Perfetti, audio assistant Pam Robinson, our video director is Ed Lehman, our camera operators today are Marcy Connors and Ike Parham coming in clutch at the last second, filling in. Thanks, Ike. Appreciate you. Our board ops Charlie Cushing. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We've been here in studio with Doug South. Doug, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Coming up next is the Reverend Billy C. Wirtz and the Rhythm Revival. It's a great show. If you're a big fan of the classic music of American, of America, the classic music of America and stories behind that music, definitely want to stick around for that show coming up in just a few moments. Doug, what's your last song? What are you going to take us out with?
Oh man, this one's called Florida on My Mind.
All right.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, Florida's on my mind. She's the salt tonight, the light, and she's looking oh so fine. It's occurred to me I'm losing track of time. Night after night on alone, day after day feels so true. I'll be the trouble in you. I'll be the one to see you through. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, Florida's on my mind. She's the salt tonight, the lime, and she's looking oh so fine. It's occurred to me I'm losing track of time. She's throwing it back with me. She's showing me what I need. She takes out a pain of yesterday. What a way to make me wanna stay. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, Florida's on my mind. She's the salt tonight, the lime, and she's looking oh so fine. It's occurred to me I'm losing track of time. Tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, Florida's on my mind. She's the salt tonight, the lime, and she's looking oh so fine. It's occurred to me I'm losing track of time. It's occurred to me I'm losing track of time.
Doug, that was perfect. Also, perfect timing, perfect ending. Very nice. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for listening. We are here every Friday at 2:06 p.m. after the news headlines at 2 o'clock here on WMNF. You can listen to us on 88.5 FM. You can listen to us on WMNF.org. You can watch the show right here in live stream form on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're watching right now, hit that follow button, that subscribe button, so that you get notifications when we go live every week. Thanks a lot for watching. And whether or not you're learning new guitar licks or you're learning civil disobedience, go practice. I'll see you later. Take it easy.